Anxiety is not a bad thing to have. It's actually a very common biological response that predates even us. It predates to the era of our ancestors in the like very far away into the prehistoric period when our ancestors' only worry was to find food and like prevent predators from actually killing them with spears and bows and arrows. This kind of response, the flight, fight, freeze response, is something that we inherited from them. But now our worries are not just fearing predators from actually hunting us down as well, but our biggest worries are our society, and like getting food or clothing or actually interacting with people. This is where social anxiety comes in. Social anxiety is a very like pathological worry of actually going into social situations, of socializing and interacting with people. It's something that is very overwhelming. It's very hard to navigate this world because we humans are social creatures. We need each other to make communities, to survive, to make things. And social anxiety is something that prevents us from this. It's this overwhelming fear of connecting with people because we worry that they might not accept us, that they might see through us, and it's so overwhelming. And no better anime to talk about social anxiety, a very pink ball of anxious energy. Yes, I'm talking about Bocchi the Rock. Bocchi is a very big ball of anxious energy. She is basically Bocchi can be described as a ball of anxious energy, like I said, because that's one of the cores of what she is dealing with. She is a very anxious individual that wants to connect with people. She wants to make friends. She wants to become popular, be in a band, and not become overwhelmed in the process, because she's so afraid of talking to people that she spent 3 years of her middle school locked in a closet in her free time, practicing the guitar to the point of becoming very professional actually in the art. She even becomes a YouTuber and upload YouTube videos in the internet, with her guitar skills, covering songs that she likes, even gaining a lot of subscribers in the process. And for her, she tells herself that that's all she ever wanted, that that's all she ever needs, even though it's a lie. We humans, like I said, we are social creatures. We need connections, real connections, not online connections. And Bocchi tries to tell herself that she only needs her subscribers, when in reality she wants actual real friends. This kind of mentality comes to an end, of course, at the very beginning of her first year of high school, when she meets Nijika basically by accident, when Nijika tries to find a guitarist for her band that she has with Ryo, and she finds Bocchi very depressed because she can't actually talk to people. She is so afraid of talking to people in her class. And Nijika finds her, and like every extroverted with a very social sunshine personality like Nijika, she immediately latches on to Bocchi, adopts her as her fellow introvert, and just drags her into the club that she plays with. From that point onwards, it's Bocchi's journey to try to overcome her social anxiety and try to make connections not only with her friends but also the fans that they began to amass. One of the first hurdles, of course, is actually performing live stage. And as someone who with social anxiety, believe it or not, because I'm a psychologist, but I also struggled a lot with social anxiety. Even this YouTube channel that I have was very overwhelming for me to actually start it. I kept procrastinating. Going into stage is very, very hard to do. I commend Bocchi for actually going to stage, because it takes a lot of courage to actually do it as someone with social anxiety. But for Bocchi, of course, going to stage is very, very worrisome. It's scary. And so she does the only thing that she knows and hides in a box. Hiding in a box is, of course, a thing a lot of people with social anxiety do. Not necessarily a box, but to go into confined spaces, dark confined spaces, to calm down is a way of self-soothing. Self-soothing is behaviors that help us calm down and calm down from stressful stimulants. It could be something like drinking a warm cup of tea, listening to relaxing music, even tactilities. This thing I do with my ring, or like touching my hands a lot, or like having really soft plushes is a form of self-soothing. And for Bocchi, it's stuff like tactility and also hiding in boxes. A lot of social anxious people like going into like dark confined spaces. It helps a lot, actually. And like even tries to perform live stage in that box because she's so afraid that people will actually see her. She's afraid of showing her face. And it doesn't go well, of course. It's their very first unprompted live performance. They don't do that well. And so in the next few episodes is just this band getting to know each other, adding Kita to the group, of course, as a lead singer, and slowly but surely Bocchi starts opening up. She starts actually enjoying having friends. Another thing that she struggles a lot with, of course, is that want of to be popular, because believe it or not, socially anxious people actually want connection. They want to make connections and want to, like, there are socially anxious people or even introverts who actually want to be noticed, be sometimes the center of attention. And for Bocchi, she wants to like make connections, she wants to be popular, but also she is very afraid of doing that, because if she becomes popular, if she starts going into social media and showing her face, upload there in Instagram, for instance, she's afraid that she will become an attention-seeking monster, like she says. Side note that the way she actually says it while glitching out and having a panic attack is so funny. I actually laughed so hard because that's actually what it feels like. Uh, whenever when I started with social media back when I was a teenager, I was so afraid of actually posting things on social media that I was so afraid that I never actually post anything because I knew that the moment I start uploading, I will become an attention seeking monster. Uh, so it's very relatable, and I love how the anime shows that. Oh, like it shows a very comedic side, but that's actually what it feels like. Social anxiety and being a teenager can be overwhelming, but it's also like the cringy, the like, because social anxiety, like any mental disorder, any phobia, can be very ridiculous. It can be so irrelevant, the things that we are anxious of, that it may come out as funny or cringy. And I love how the anime actually depicts it. Bocchi can be cringy, can be uh, ridiculous in how she acts, because that's actually what it, like, being a teenager can be cringy. I sometimes remember stuff that I made with my friends when I was a teenager, and I just cringe myself to death. Uh, and for Bocchi, it's very commendable how she starts opening up more and more. She becomes someone who actually cares about her friends to the point of going out there and trying to find something that to help with the performance. Try to get over her stage fright. She wants to get over her stage fright. Tries to do stuff to help the band get tickets for the live performance. And even in a very dire situation where the band becomes so anxious of their performance, and even in critical situations where the band are in critical danger of not performing enough, of uh, possibly butchering a performance because they are so anxious of what the people will actually say about their band. Out of sync, Kita is not performing as well. Bocchi actually stepped up. She stopped being afraid and actually stepped up. And like I said, anxiety is not a bad thing. It actually helps us take action against our fears. And Bocchi stepped up. She shredded that guitar and helped the band actually lift up their spirits and perform very, very good. And they have fun. I just really love Bocchi because, like Nijika says, she, even though she's a mess and becomes very, very overwhelmed with social situations, she stepped up and brings a lot of passion into the group. Bocchi is a very passionate person. She loves music so much that it lifts the spirits of everyone around her. And it's one of the reasons that Nijika calls her the rock of the group. She's the rock that helps ground everyone and helps bring everyone together. Hence the title drop, Bocchi the Rock. She is the rock of the group. And yeah, I really love Bocchi, and so I forgot to make the intro. God damn it. So yeah, this is Alex from Psychoanime, and I'm a psychologist, like I said. And I'm also in a very different environment, even wearing like long sleeves, because I'm visiting some family members and I'm in a different city. That's why. So yeah, sorry about all of the rambling, and I will see you next week with another video. So take care. Bye bye.